Log report. It's 12:07 p.m. and it's still Martin Luther King birthday today. It's still the 16th, January 2023. Well, the rains that we've had made a hell of a mess in California and other places left and right. Sinkholes, my God. Pescadero, there was a highway up there. One particular lane got, one particular area just got torn off. There was so much moisture that there was no adhesiveness in the soil, and it just couldn't absorb any more water, and just decided to let loose. Tore apart a highway. Geology. Geology at work. Hearing about a sinkhole out in Chatsworth. Seeing part of a street looked like it was about 50 foot. It was a huge hole. And they had to get emergency funding just to get that damn thing repaired. And right now, I'm just seeing some of the video that they keep showing on news about how this one highway out in Montecito almost swallowed up a woman. There's a chunk of highway, and not to mention the rest of the ground giving way. It doesn't surprise me every so often in my lifetime of seeing nature at work. We see it in the mountains, we see it along the cliff sides, we see it not in the flattened areas, but in different areas how slides happen. It scares the hell out of me because I keep expecting sinkholes to be happening out here in Antelope Valley. We had a lot of water, but then again, we have a thirsty ground that's trying to absorb everything that we've got. Hopefully, to fill up the ground wells, but not much. Still need more. According to what our facts and figures are, not mine, but scientists are saying about that. Now, we're not even out of the drought yet. We just got a little bit of it out of the drought, but not entirely. It's going to take a hell of a lot. It has to take time for the water to seep in, settle in the rocks, before we can actually absorb any more. There has to be a time of drying out before we can absorb any more water in the ground. Other than that, we're screwed on that one, aren't we? So now what do we do? I don't know. Nothing at this point. What got to me at this point over here is how close I am to the January 17th date. Hours away. It scares the hell out of me, okay? It just scares the hell out of me, okay? This really scares the shit out of me because I remember what happened back in 1994, January 17th at 4:30 in the morning. Martin Luther King birthday. People had made fun about this one, saying that Martin Luther King rolled in his grave and let out a... Yeah. They tried to be so disgusting about it back in the 90s on this one. There was nothing disgusting concerning about geology trying to scare the living crap out of you. I mean, it's bad enough I survived a 71 earthquake. It's in North Hollywood. Living in an apartment complex. Van Owen and Ethel. Northeast corner. Top level. And then it hit. It scared the hell out of us. Do you mean David Ma? Kids! Our beds are going like, are just clanging with each other. We're trying to get the hell out of there. Into the hallway. Scared the hell out of us. I mean, really scared the hell out of us. Down below, there was an apartment getting flooded out. We had a swimming pool in the middle. They had to do damage assessment right after the earthquake just to see if everything else was all right, and they did. And when I found out everything was okay, we didn't suffer that much damage. Not even the swimming pool, not even a crack in the foundations. We're actually able to go swimming again. Dave loved going in there, and I was scared shitless. It'd been a few months after the heart surgery, and they're putting floats on me, getting it shallow, and I'm floating around. Dave was acting as if he's a human torpedo in there. He's enjoying himself in the water. And my chest showing just as purple as it can. I know it was too damn cold for me, so get my ass out of there. I remember I was a lot older than that, maybe about months later. I'm still enjoying myself in the water and take out the floats and float down. And oh my God, I panicked and got my ass out of there. I wanted to swim like he, but I wasn't strong enough. I had to become stronger than that, but I didn't. I wasn't allowed to do anything else. It sucked in my lifetime. Hold on, I gotta take care of it real fast. Let the recording going, just okay. Sorry about that. Just making sure my dog was okay on the couch. Talking about it still gives me creeps. I'm getting nervous about this damn thing. Anniversary's coming up, and it's bringing up the emotions at this point. I mean, this shit. It was bad enough when the 71 kicked. And then what was it, about 20 years after that? No. About 15, 20 years. Then what happens? All hell breaks loose. There were other minor earthquakes happened. Nothing major or nothing that would scare the living crap out of me. Landers? Shit. It was Whittier and Arrows, and there was Landers. It was like between 87 through the mid 90s. That was the earthquake era. That was the time to scare the living crap out of California. They kept screaming about the San Andreas fault line going to be ripping. Everyone else was having a field day with this shit. Scared the hell out of me. I mean, it really did. It really did. And I couldn't deal with it. I couldn't deal with the earthquake during that time. I remember it was like the second week of working over at Circuit City back in '87. I just got hired in September. So, I'm starting work. And a couple of weeks into the job, here comes the earthquake. Whittier and Arrows. Scared the living crap out of the San Fernando Valley, because this one happened in San Gabriel. It didn't matter. We still had the energy transferred over to us. and everything else was shaking like crazy. And my brother was working for a sewage company at the time. Working a sewage truck, and he was feeling it on the overpasses. Trunk was bouncing up and down like crazy. I think it was a basketball. My brother was telling me about this one. He comes back home. He's scared shitless as hell. But I'm more scared about it anyway. I mean, actually, I was hitting early in the morning. I'd tell my fellow, I'm not going, I'm not going, I'm not going. John, there might be damage over there. They're going to need your help. I'm not going, I'm not going, I'm going. Johnny, you're going. My mother was adamant. I was living with my family at the time. Ma was adamant. Dave was adamant. I was in walking distance of work. You know, about a mile or so like that. I mean, I could get a ride home, but I had to walk it up to work for a time. Walked it up there. And I'm watching all these damn poles. I'm walking along Devonshire. I'm getting from Woodley over to Balboa. I was terrified. I was terrified. I was scared shitless over the damn thing. I felt maybe a little bit of rumbling or two. I'm like, I'm looking at power lines. I'm looking at light poles. Anything is going to be on me at this point. By the time I get over to Circuit City over there, it's on the corner of Devonshire and Balboa. Shopping center over there. And there was nothing wrong with the place. The whole area didn't look like it was getting damaged or anything else like that. It's just shaking up a bit, but that's about it. I get into the office. I get into the store. I'm looking. Nothing happened. We're fine. Few things just moved, but that's about it. I'm hearing it from sales counselors. I'm hearing it from management, and I'm just like, I'm at my register. I'm just shaking. Doing my job, just handing the money out, just taking care of things, trying to focus on the job. But I'm still like inside. Oh God, it's like the memories of '71 kicking in, kicking my ass at the time. I was so damn afraid of the damn shit. It was not even funny. Then what was it about? A couple of years later, we had Landers. We had Landers. I remember there was a Star Trek convention coming out. Leonard Nimoy and William Shatner are going to be doing the last of the two-man series that they were doing. I think it was going to be the last time, and it was going to be over at Anaheim Stadium. Managed to get a couple of tickets on that one. It's a long story on that one. And the weekend, I was still a Star Trek fan, so I kept track of all the conventions. And I'll tell a long story short on this one. It was like several months prior before that was going to happen. I think it was about in 88 or 89. Hang on, hold on. Before I may get into faulty information over here, so let me just backtrack this, okay? Hell, I might need to do this the hard way, but sometimes you do the searching on the phone. So I'm just going to go pop something over here. Give me a second. The view is going to be occluded. Give me a second here. All right. I need fucking list of okay. What do I remember? Okay, so okay, what was it? 86, 86, okay. Okay, so let's see. Getting back over to jump. Imperial Valley. Is that it? Imperial Valley? No, wait, it was 71. 71 San Fernando earthquake. Okay, Sylmar. They call it the Sylmar earthquake at that point over here. The Sylmar uh, Olive View Hospital and mental facility was thrashed. The freeways were thrashed during that time. The damn thing was a 6.6. Scared the crap out of everybody. They just thought we were going to die during that time. That was, oh my God. I mean, the San Fernando Valley in LA County was going absolutely going out one there, including the canyons, the freeways that we actually had going through the Antelope Valley, the 14 freeway, the 5 interchange. Let's see what we had. 78 had Santa Barbara, but I didn't even feel the damn thing. It was about a 5.8. We just hardly ever felt anything about that one. Imperial Valley, 79. Didn't feel a damn thing about that one. Livermore, East Bay, nothing. It's only until we got into, let's see, into the 80s. Let's see, Central Valley, no. Coalinga. Coalinga happened, but we saw reports about that damn thing, but it was still, so 6.2. It's a pretty decent earthquake right there. I mean, that's son of a bit. Anything in a 6 and above is a pretty decent earthquake. 5, yeah, you're definitely shaking. You're definitely going to be using up too much toilet paper and everything else during that time. Here we go. Here we go. Now, according to the geological information I'm pulling up right now, concerning about this one, October 1st. 2 weeks after I get hired from Circuit City, as I said before, it was in September. I wasn't exactly sure what date it was, but I know it was in September. But I remember it was 2 weeks after the hiring, because that's what happened. We had a 5.9 up there in Whittier. Scared the hell out of people, and it scared the hell out of me. I didn't know what the hell to do during that time. 89, Loma Prieta, Santa Cruz. We had 6.9 happening, and then we had a 5.4, and these damn things, shit. That's up in Northern California. We didn't have it. Santa Cruz mountain areas? We didn't have Santa Cruz up here. That's up a northern area. That's Loma Prieta. Hold on. Don't go anywhere. Maps. Seems like Evil Knievel's out there. Guy likes to race his back out here like crazy here. Okay, let me see. I need Loma Prieta. Come on. Thank you. Get in there. That's my, okay. Loma Prieta. Okay, so let's see what we got. Okay. I need to get off. Thank you. Right. By San Jose. Well, Northern California. We're hearing about this damn earthquake out there. Barely even felt anything about the 89, but we're watching it on the news of this thing happening. Scared the crap out of people left and right. I was scared. Try this one. I lost a job in 91. 92, we had the, let's see. I was living on Devonshire and Woodley until about 88, and then in 88, beginning of 88, we moved out to a place called Whitaker, closer to Circuit City at the time when I was working there. It was between 1987 and 1991. And we were living in a smaller area, so 88. And then we got out about 89 and moved on to Woodley, by Woodley and Parthenia. I was working the last year of Circuit City over there. Let's see, 80, 89. 87 to 88 was about 1 year. 88 to 89 is another year. It was the last 2 years I've been on Woodley. Okay, just want to make sure. 91 I got terminated back in October. So, but we did feel back in 91 the Sierra Madre hit in 5.6 scared the hell out of people. My brother was out and about, and wait a second, Sierra Madre. That was it. Shatner and Nimoy did their tour on a Sunday. I remember that much. 1991. It was the last time they were going to be doing it. Sierra Madre. Yeah. Because we were asking each other, Ma, are you okay? John, you okay? Yeah, I'm fine. All right, nobody thinks about me. That was my brother. My brother was working overnights. I think he was working security or something. And he had just gone home. He was going to get maybe about an hour or two worth of a cat nap. Early in the morning, I was getting myself set up and ready for, earlier, like, I'm going to go see Shatner and Nimoy. Okay, so let me get this one prior to this one, okay? What was it? 5-year anniversary. Came out in 87, 85. Well, that's odd. I'm just trying to get my dates and things going on this long ass report over here. Because sometimes it's let's see. When did Star Trek Next Gen start? Okay, so the date for that one was back in 87. So the 5-year would have been, yeah, about that one. 22, 92. Let's see, was it about a 5-year? 87. Oh, let's say 87, 87, 87, 87, no, 87, Landers? Was it Landers? No. Okay. Well, 91 had to have been that one, and 92, somewhere in that time. 2 different times, San Diego, San Madre, Sierra Madre. Yeah, give me a second. I won't put you on pause right now. Sorry, I had to do some investigating on this one. So yeah, Sierra Madre is part of San Gabriel at this point over here. So when they had the 5.6 in June, we felt that damn thing. We felt it every day we were in Circuit City, but it was during the weekend. I wasn't working during that weekend. I managed to get those days off, including Sunday when it hit. And Dave and I drove over to Anaheim to attend the Shatner and Nimoy convention over there. I know I was talking about trying to tell you earlier on this one. I mean, there was a prior engagement months earlier that Star Trek was doing a anniversary thing, and it was over at the had to be 92. Could have been 92. Was it 92? Joshua Tree. No, it had to be either Joshua or Tree. Oh, fuck. Yeah, here we go again. My memory's going crazy. Alright, so it's either 91 or 92. I'm trying to narrow it down because of the earthquakes. Because on that particular Sunday it was. And I think it was the Sierra Madre earthquake back in 91 when they actually had a convention going on with a 2-man operation going. Dave and I actually experienced the Shatner, the convention over there. And it's the same day they actually had the earthquake at approximately 7:43 in the morning local time with a moment magnitude of 5.6. It was a thrust earthquake. Yeah, that was definitely. Dave and I were outside the Anaheim Convention Center looking at the structures. Structures weren't damaged as much, but we did see a hell of a lot of choppers flying to an area just trying to investigate the entire area to see if anything else was damaged in Orange County. I remember some of the fans were actually panicking left and right. There was a particular slab supported by four columns. Every time there was a strong aftershock, everyone just left and came right back underneath it, when, especially when it's still standing and not moving anything. Dave and I kept moving away from the corner of the building. I mean, we're on the side, in a different line. People had special tickets or something like that to get into the place, or advanced tickets. The day guys going into the place, they were the ones underneath the square slab over the Anaheim Convention Center at the time. And it was scary. It was scary during that day. I had fun, but it was still scary as hell during that time. But I was trying to say before, there was there was an anniversary over at the Shrine Auditorium in Los Angeles, where no, not Shrine Auditorium. I'm sorry, Bonaventure, where Creation Entertainment was hosting the Star Trek convention over there, and they were doing something about Next Generation anniversary over there. And I was over there just going to be doing the day, and we couldn't get in because they are only taking advance tickets. You had to get advance tickets through the mail. No one was allowed for during the day. I was among 50 plus people who got out of there and pissed off and yelled at the Creation Entertainment people on this one, including a letter. You didn't piss me. I wrote it. That's how I got special tickets to go to the Shatner Nimoy convention, because they didn't communicate what was going on to the public. Landers quake happened. Let's see. As a precursor, Landers was. That damn thing scared the hell out of people. Joshua Tree actually scared the hell out of people too. Back in '92, and Mom, Dave and me were at home and no conventions, and we felt the damn 6.3 happening. That scared the shit out of us. After that, Landers hit, and we were still scared shitless about it. Back in '92, we were still living in a place on Woodley during that time. It was '93 that we moved out and got the hell out of there. I understand when the '94 earthquake hit. Landers was June of '92. Joshua Tree was the '92 of April. Sierra Madre was '91 in June. Northridge was the son of a bitch that scared the fuck out of people. I thought Big Bear was going to be scary enough anyway. '92, living in living where the hell we were, because I thought the damn place was going to get crazy. But we didn't expect Northridge to hit. Damn thing came close to a 7.1, but it dropped it down to a 6.7, 6.9, 6.7, somewhere in there. They still can't make up their minds these days. They did it for insurance purposes. Anything above 7.1, they had to trigger the federal government to respond. They didn't want the federal government to respond because there was massive damage in that area. I was living in Clare Street and Reseda at the time. We were a few blocks away from ground zero when your fault line erupted. Son of a bitch. Scared the hell out of us. But they called it a Northridge because of most of the damage was happening out in Northridge because of the emanating P and S waves. Primary and secondary shockers going through. Man, did they do some damage. We had aftershocks for months after that damn thing. I was still scaring the shit out of people left and right. And that's still scaring the hell out of me these days. Because I sure as hell didn't like this son of a bitch. I really did. This damn thing happened. They said it was at 4:30 in the morning. I thought it was 4:31 in the morning, but shit, what the hell do I know? But it happened. It was Martin Luther King birthday during that day, and it was a Monday, and all hell broke loose. It was a holiday. We just got the damn thing established as a holiday. I was working over at Weyhauser at the time in the Trillium Tower, Warner Center. We had the day off for Martin Luther King birthday. It was a federal holiday. What the hell? We're going to be celebrating that damn thing, right? I just worked there about 2 or 3 weeks already. I just got started with the place, and then all hell broke loose. Like, we had, according to what they said, there was like multiple aftershocks happened, but we had two major ones following one after another. And oh my God, it was just. It's still sinking in me at this point over here. It's still making me feel sick to my stomach. I had taken, when I was doing my college thing, the first time, I was taking geology, a couple of classes. I like geology. I mean, I wanted to understand the Earth movement. I wanted to understand about the Earth itself. I had to understand about rocks, the chemical compositions of the rocks. Anything regarding rocks and volcanism and anything concerning about it, I had to learn it all. And then I wasn't a very good student, though. I should have paid attention to all that damn shit going on. But this damn thing hit. Oh my God, this damn thing hit. Understanding the geology, trying to understand the mechanisms that this damn thing. It's like a decade and a half before the shit happened. I didn't even realize I didn't put anything together. I was just, was it a decade? 84. Oh, several years. You would think one would understand. I had my geology books with me. Man, were they so out of date? What happened during this time? Scared the fuck out of me. I'm reading about this, and I've been through it. I've seen some of the stuff on YouTube that still scared the shit out of me because I'd seen it. I hadn't seen the damage of what the hell happened in Granada Hills. They had water mains flooding out like crazy, but they also had gas mains ignited. And some of the houses were up in smoke. I'd seen the Northridge Meadows. I'd seen a lot of damage in the San Fernando Valley traveling through the damn thing weeks on end. From the time of the earthquake all the way up to weeks on end. Stores, restaurants, people's homes. Later, my adult life going over to college over in Antelope Valley and taking a geology class. I should have taken it again just to get the geology lab science going. I'm really not that comfortable with chemicals. Make it comfortable with food, but I'm not comfortable with chemicals. And I just wanted to update my knowledge concerning my geology, and I've forgotten a lot of it. And a lot of it was new, and it was interesting. But none of these kids have been in there. None of these kids have ever been in a fucking earthquake like I had, or multiple earthquakes. We've had multiple earthquakes from 2000 all the way through our time. The last time we had a major one was back in, 2014, La Habra? Or Ridgecrest. Oh, that was a fun one right there. But I had gone between. None of these kids have actually experienced a major earthquake. Minor, yeah. I mean, when you're talking about five, that'll shake you up a little bit there. La Habra was out of Los Angeles area. But we didn't feel it out here in the Antelope Valley back in 2014. These kids were born from 2000 onwards. So when I was going over there, it was about 2000. What the hell was it? Shortly before my brother's birth. First or second, third semester? That'd be 2014, 15, 16, something like that. These kids kind of experienced the La Habra earthquake during that time. And, and after I got out of the class, let's see, Ridgecrest was 2019, and I was already in different classes during that time. But between 2014 and 2019, I was in geology class, I think about 2015 or 16, something like that. 16 or 17, somewhere in there. Hang on a second. Uh, Geology course during that time, 2016. So yeah, it was pretty much it. But they had never experienced anything like an earthquake until we had Ridgecrest. That in 2019 was a 6.4. That did a lot of damage, but we really felt it out here in the Antelope Valley. I mean, we felt the shakers over here. We still felt the shakers. There's two of them. Huh, how about that one? Oh, Jesus. Ryan Joseph. One was a precursor, and the other one was just kicked ass. One day it was a 6.4, and the other one was a 7-pointer, 7.1. Holy crap. Oh my God, that makes me sick to my stomach. Excuse me.